Hello, welcome to the United Man. My name is Shane. I'm going to be taking you through all the latest Manchester United transfer news. All things the lit, João Felix, Bruno Fernandes, and all the rest of it. Okay, let's get into it. Right, Bruno Fernandes, if we'll start there. Now, apparently, when Sporting Lisbon, not Benfica, we'll get there. When Sporting Lisbon won their cup final against Porto the other day, his agent apparently came on the pitch and told him that he would be going to England, because I found it very strange, but there is a reason behind that apparently, because Bruno Fernandes didn't want to know anything about his future in terms of where he was going to end up next season until he'd finished his commitments with Sporting Lisbon, which is commendable. I can understand that. However, it's been reported that you can see from some of the photographs that, or the video footage, that what his agent was telling him. Now, I've seen some of the photographs. I don't speak Portuguese, obviously, but I'm just thinking to myself, how can he tell what he's saying, or how can anyone tell? Interestingly, as well, Bruno Fernandes went on to state that English football is the one he likes the most, and by this, he is already stating something. So I don't know if that's what his agent come on the pitch to tell him in the excitement, because he's been waiting to tell Bruno Fernandes. I can kind of understand it, but likewise, he could have been celebrating with him and just telling him anything. So, just making a mountain out of a molehill there, maybe. I do not know. But yeah, that was interesting reading. And as I say, it's been well reported that ourselves, United and City, are in for him. But who lands him, we shall see. Now, I'll touch on something in relation to City and the players thereafter, or competing with us to sign as well shortly. On to the lit, just a slight or very small update on the lit saga. Apparently, PSG are in for the lit, and also now front runners with Barcelona. So apparently we've disappeared off that one, and we're no longer in for the lit because the newspaper says so. Now, I think it was kind of naive of everyone to assume that there was no one else involved at any other stage for the lit anyway. He's the most sought after central defender in world football. So to kind of suggest that all of a sudden now PSG have gotten involved and they're now front runners along with Barcelona, no. Got Juventus that I know are also interested in him. You've got Bayern Munich that are interested in him. I know Man City interested in him. So there's, this whole thing that, it's just been Manchester United and Barcelona all this time. Now, don't get me wrong, they're the clubs that have been reportedly interested in him the most, but there's going to be suitors all across Europe in for his services, so I'm sure. Coutinho, Philippe Coutinho from Barcelona also is being listed as transferable, as they want to raise some funds to bring in new players. Now, he didn't have his, let's say, greatest of seasons for Barcelona last season, and Barcelona subsequently are looking to offload him to, I suppose, alleviate some wage structure off the club and garner some transfer funds in as well. Now, it's been reported to say that they're after 100 mil of the 120 mil they spent on him. That's euros. So whether or not they're likely to get that, I don't know. Again, there's few clubs that can afford that kind of cash. It's been reported that he's got a high stock in England. Obviously, that's where he performed his best for Liverpool. I know Jurgen Klopp's come on record saying, he'd have him back. But obviously, you're not going to get him back for free if that's the case. So let's see on that one. Now, Daniel James expected to make an announcement, I suppose, earlier this week, end of last week. But obviously, with the tragic passing of his father, it's obviously been put on hold, and rightly so. Now, I wanted to touch on something that Ryan Giggs has brought up, just in his observation of Daniel James. He went on record to say, "I was at the Swansea versus Stoke game, and it was as good as wing play performance as I've seen in a long time. He got two lads sent off and scored a worldie. Ashley Williams ended up at right back, which was one of the funniest things I've seen all season. It was a fantastic performance, so it shows what he's capable of." Now, that's Ryan Giggs saying that about anyone. That's quite a statement. But for him to say it about someone that's linked with Manchester United, you know, it goes a long way. So, and Giggs being a former winger himself, not too shabby a winger, it's high praise, and it kind of means a lot. So, yeah, I'd take heed of those words and what Giggs is saying, even if you're taking that as a scouting report, if you like. Yeah, watch this space. We just want to get that one over the line now. Obviously, it's been a while, so the sooner we can get that one done, the better. Now, on to Adrien Rabiot. It's been said that he is managing an offer from United and trying to basically have it pushed through as soon as possible. As we know, come, I think it's June the 1st, the free to choose where he goes. Unfortunately, the way it's transpired at PSG, he hasn't played for a long time, I believe since Christmas, because he didn't want to sign a new deal, which, you know, it's not great in terms of PSG's management of the situation, but it's their choice, I suppose. Now, Adrien Rabiot, as I've said before, wouldn't mind him at all. Good, you know, big physical player in terms of handling the rigmaroles of the Premier League, but very technically gifted. And he has been deployed out of that defensive midfield position as a ball-winning playmaker, which is kind of what we need in the Ruben Neves mold. Hint, hints. Yeah, I recently had a discussion with a Wolves supporter that I know very well, and you know, I kind of laid on the line that, yeah, Maynard will soon be coming for Ruben Neves. So all you Wolverhampton fans out there, watch this space. On to João Felix. João Felix, now, it's reported that we're going toe-to-toe with Man City on this one. Now, again, I will say the same thing that I said in relation to De Ligt. Don't expect us to be the only ones in for João Felix. Now, I know Atletico Madrid are in for him as well, but it's naive to assume that it's just ourselves and one other club that are actually trying to secure his services. Now, the only thing that would be off-putting for other clubs is the initial release clause of 102 million euros. Now, there are only a few clubs around Europe that can go and splash that cash on one individual player. And we do know from what the Benfica president has mentioned, is that what they do want to happen from any possible sale of João Felix is to have the release clause hit, so they can obviously recoup as much money as possible. Now, what I did want to touch on, what I was saying I wanted to speculate on before, is City. Now, they're after Bruno Fernandes, reportedly. They're also after João Felix, reportedly. Now, unless I'm mistaken, they are stacked in that area. Now, I think the only players that aren't in that exact same mold of your Bruno Fernandes or João Felix is probably Leroy Sané, who I know is linked with Bayern Munich. So, but then you've got Riyad Mahrez, David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva said already, Bernardo Silva as well. If City are to sign Bruno Fernandes or João Felix, or sorry, if they're in for those two, they can only really sign one of those, because, as I say, they're stacked in that position already. Raheem Sterling as well. So, yeah, I can't see them going. Realistically, if you just look at the squads of what these teams already have. Now, I know Barcelona are trying to sell profusely, but in terms of Man City, they're not really going to change their squad too much from this season to next. Now, if you were to ask me which would you prefer, I'd say both, because I'm greedy like that. So, yeah, I'd want to take both João Felix and Bruno Fernandes, get them over to United. Let's start this rebuild. Also, Antoine Griezmann. It's been reported, obviously, massively, that he's on his way to Barcelona. I mean, the guys even come out and said, yeah, I'm leaving Atletico Madrid. See you later, guys. But it's now you keep getting reports out of Spain saying that it's not happening. Barcelona aren't sure. Players at Barcelona aren't sure on Griezmann. And Marca has come out saying that Barcelona have no intention of signing Antoine Griezmann. Now, I'd take that with a pinch of salt, obviously. But why is there such negative reports around Antoine Griezmann? That's interesting. Now, I believe Man United obviously have been alerted to the attention of that. We need a goal scorer. We need a proven goal scorer. Don't get me wrong, if Martial or Rashford were to come out and start scoring 25, 35 goals, 25 to 30 goals a season, brilliant. But, you know, these guys have had more than enough opportunities. The only one individual who I'd say hasn't is Martial, and that's playing up top in the middle, where I believe he's Man United's best finisher. Again, let me know who you think Man United's best finisher is. Yeah, the outs. Lukaku apparently has agreed a 5-year deal to join Inter Milan. Let's wait and see. Now, there was whispers of a potential swap deal, obviously, well, within the last week, but nothing has materialised with that. Also, Ashley Young is reported to be on his way to the MLS. But again, let's see if that happens or not. Now, I don't want to be too disrespectful to Ashley Young, because he has been at Man United for quite a while and has done us proud. Not so much the last couple of seasons, but before that, he's been a good servant. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think about the João Felix deal, the Bruno Fernandes, our best finisher at Man United. Whether, as I said, I believe it's Anthony Martial, but it's been proven statistically it's Lukaku. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, guys, if you like the content and want to see more, subscribe, press that bell, and like and share, guys. Take it easy. Take care. See you soon.